All right. So the Trump administration, the wonderful Trump administration, is considering a new proposal to survey people with mental illness. Okay, so I'll read you the headline here. It says the Trump administration considers monitoring smartphones of people with mental health problems. The Trump administration is considering a proposal to combat mass shootings, which suggests phones and smartwatches may be used to track people with mental health problems. After the El Paso massacre, Ivanka Trump asked the team behind the proposal to come up with ways to stop mass shootings, according to the Washington Post. Such a view is highly controversial, with experts believing the link between the two is weak. Former chief research psychologist for the U.S. Secret Service said that the proposal was concerning. The technology required is yet to be developed, and tracking people would infringe their civil liberties. Everything we know from the research tells us it's a weak link at best. The El Paso massacre was carried out by a man with racist motivations, but conservatives in the U.S. have repeatedly suggested that mental health was to blame. No, okay, this is really bad. This is bad for several reasons. I mean, first of all, the science behind it is flawed. 2, the statistics are not there. And 3, I mean, this is further stigmatizing mental illness. Because what is it implying? It's implying, oh, these people are unhinged. We need to put them under watch. We need to, watch over them because any moment they're going to go nuts. And it puts everyone into the same bucket. Okay. This whole blanket statement, like we need to survey people with mental illness. Dude, tons of people have mental illness. Okay. I don't know what the exact figures are. I think it differs. Some people say it's 1 in 4 Americans. Other studies show it's 1 in 5 Americans go through or experience mental illness. That's a lot of people. You're going to survey millions of people at a time? Oh, wait, I think the NSA already does that. No, but you get what I'm saying. This is just, you can't do this. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. You're putting everyone in the same bucket. You're further stigmatizing mental illness. Dude, the stigma is big enough as it is. We don't need more bullshit, especially coming from the White House. I mean, this is just, what kind of an example are you setting here? What kind of precedent are you setting here? Just to even make this statement is completely absurd. Again, this is so bad for the stigma against mental illness. There are people who suffer with depression, people who suffer with anxiety, people who have a schizoaffective disorder, people who have ADHD. There are so many. They're so different. Just saying people with mental illness. What do you mean? Which mental illness? Define that first of all before you start attacking people, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. Okay. This is just absurd. They're trying to create a link where there isn't one. Let's be real here. Okay, they are grasping at straws. What was it last month? They were talking about video games. Video games. Again, this bullshit from the fucking 2000s is back. Video games are violent. Man, that's crazy because I could have sworn that people play video games all over the world and yet we're the only ones with mass shootings. I wonder how that works, man. That's so weird, right? And here's another one. People also have mental illness all over the world. They don't have mass shootings either. I wonder how that one works, man. Damn, I can't figure it out, yo. Listen. This is just another ploy by the Republican Party, by the right wing. Let's look anywhere except at the actual problem, which is, we have too many guns and the NRA is they have unwavering influence over Washington. There are so many problems, and video games and mental illness, man, they're not there. Okay. You can't just put everyone in one bucket and say that they are all responsible for mass shootings. And at any moment, one of them, no, that doesn't work. And you know what? The thing is like, the hypocrisy is unreal because these gun nuts, they always talk about the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment. Oh my God, the Second Amendment. How fucking dare you even talk about the Second Amendment? Well, what about the Fourth Amendment? I thought you loved the Constitution. I thought you're a real American. I thought you're a patriot. Aren't you a patriot? Well, what about the Fourth Amendment? What about civil liberties and right to privacy and not be subjected to mass surveillance? Why aren't you up in arms about the Fourth Amendment, Mr. Patriot? Oh, silence. They don't never say nothing about that, right? The patriots. Man, come on, get the fuck out of here. It's hypocrisy. They're patriots when it suits them, but when it doesn't suit them, the rest of the Constitution, we don't care about that. I don't know about that. Which one is it? You can't just cherry pick parts of the Constitution that you like and ignore the rest when it's convenient. Again, and this is not a solution to gun violence. It's just not. You can't just put everyone with mass surveillance. It's untenable. It's impossible. And the science isn't there. Dude, most people who struggle with depression and anxiety, if they have violent tendencies, it's usually towards themselves, okay? Suicidal ideation, self-harm, things like that. They're usually hurting themselves physically, okay? And so, I mean, even if you did want to say that, oh, all people with mental illness are violent, I mean, most of them are violent to themselves, if you were going to make that argument, which, again, is not even true, okay? So, again, there's no fucking logic here whatsoever, and it drives me nuts, and it's not a solution to gun violence. And also, the fact that Ivanka Trump is involved in this, what is this woman doing here? I mean, do you guys remember George Bush, how fucked up the Bush administration was? Even the Bush administration didn't pull shit like this. I mean, what is he doing putting his daughter in the administration? And I mean, that video where she was like trying to squeeze in with Theresa May and Macron and try to like butt into this conversation with world leaders, that was so awkward, man. Like, what is she doing? Even the Bush administration, they didn't pull this kind of nepotism, like, oh, I'm gonna put my son-in-law in this position and my daughter in this position and my friend in that position. Even the fucking Bush administration tried. They made a minimum effort to hide their corruption, and Trump is making the White House and the states look like a fucking banana republic with this kind of behavior. I mean, why are you putting your daughter, who has no business whatsoever, in the administration? This is just, it's embarrassing, man. This is really embarrassing. And now she's getting to decide what we're going to do about people with mental illness. Man, fuck you. All right? What is this, man? Like, people ain't got enough problems? Unbelievable. So again, man, they're just trying to shift the blame. They're trying to, do anything except address the actual problem, which is the guns. They just don't want to address it. And of course, the racist undertones. It even says it. The El Paso massacre was carried out by a man with racist motivations. This is a guy who wrote a manifesto. He made a political statement and pursued that political goal through violence. What do we call that? It's terrorism. That is literally the definition of terrorism. It is the pursuit of political goals through violence. Okay, so it's not mental illness here. We have a white supremacist terrorism issue, okay, that needs addressing. But no, they want to talk about people with depression and anxiety and video games and, anything else. Next, they're going to tell you that the aliens did it. Who the fuck knows? I'm tired of this bullshit. The hypocrisy is unfucking real. Every single thing you look at, it's just hypocrisy. So there you go. There you go, man.